As a landscape photographer, I've been coming to Chimney Bluffs for about 10 years now, and unfortunately, I've always had pretty bad luck here. I consistently struggle to find pleasing compositions, and when I have found one, the light has generally failed to materialize in the way that I would have hoped. It's just one of those locations that I've been chasing, but I've never quite satisfied my creative vision. As a result, I rarely come here anymore. However, this week I've been feeling pretty burnt out with my daily life, and I've really been craving some landscape photography. When I checked the conditions and saw that my best chance, or my only chance, for good light was to come here to Chimney Bluffs, I decided to come out and give this location another chance. So I hope you can hear me over the crashing waves here. I have the noise cancellation turned on my DJI Mic 2, and hopefully it helps, but there's not much I can do other than that. I'm out here. I found a composition that includes this here, but it involves my camera being pretty close to the splashing waves behind me, and so I'm not going to set my camera up on the tripod until the last minute. I've got about 45 minutes until sunset, so just buying a little time, waiting for the light to hit, and waiting to see exactly where my camera ends up resting. I just don't want to expose it to the risk of a crashing wave until I'm going to be right next to it the entire time. But while I'm out here, I wanted to show you why I have such a hard time capturing photos in this location. And the reason is because the beach at the bottom of the cliff face or the bluffs is so narrow that, you know, it's probably between the bottom of the cliffs and the water's edge. It's probably 25 or 30 feet. And I've been here at times when it's less than 10 feet. It just depends on the water levels. But the narrower that is, the less room you have to work with the composition. And so tonight, as you'll see, I'm going to be trying to use a leading line along the edge of the water into the bluffs. And I can only do that right now because the beach is pretty wide because the water's a little bit low. When the water's high, that would be impossible. You'd just be too close together. So I think I might be lucky with conditions tonight, and I might be able to pull off a photo here that I don't completely hate. But time will tell. We're just gonna sit around and relax, enjoy the peaceful sounds of nature, and we'll be with you in a minute to try to take a photo. So I'm just setting my final composition, shooting landscape orientation at a 3:2 aspect ratio, 10 millimeters. We'll dial in exposure settings when the light starts to hit, but I'm going to start around f11 ISO 160. So very briefly, I'll record a video of the composition I'm looking at, so you can see what I'm working with using the water's edge as a leading line, and then having the bluffs off to the left with the light hitting them. Because this video is in a 16:9 aspect ratio, it doesn't show the full top and bottom of the frame, but you'll see that when I show you the final image. Now, this is a peaceful part of landscape photography. We've got the composition set. Hopefully the tripod doesn't shift in these stones at all, and my composition stays set. Got focus locked. I'm gonna go get my remote shutter release, and we are going to wait for the light to hit. So I needed this. Even if the photo doesn't turn out, I am happy to be out here in nature, not being bothered by electronics or any other people, just the sound of the crashing waves and my cameras. This makes me happy. I'm glad I came. Oh, guys, we have about a little under 20 minutes till sunset. Sun's getting low on the horizon, and I have some really nice high wispy clouds moving in here. I'll take a photo so I can show you. I really hope these clouds stick around because as the sun drops below the horizon, they will absolutely just light up and be on fire. We actually may be on track for my first photo here that I'm happy with. We have just a couple of minutes left until sunset. The sun's just a couple of degrees over the horizon. I'm not sure the clouds are going to light up the way I want, but we're still getting some awesome light. Starting now, I'm going to start taking some photos and shooting through when the light goes bad. That sun is just now dipping below the horizon. The clouds above are starting to catch some light. They're a little golden yellow right now. We don't have any crazy color yet. But we are just going to keep on shooting through, trying to time the crashing of these waves, and hoping that the light just keeps getting better. But honestly, even if it stops at what we already have, I'm quite happy.
Overall, I was really happy with how this shoot turned out. I only got one photo, but it's by far the best shot I've taken at Chimney Bluffs so far. While it isn't perfect, it's given me new motivation to come back and keep working with this location. My name is Destin, and I'm passionate about photography and the outdoor adventures that it takes me on. This YouTube channel is my attempt to build a community of like-minded people so that we can grow together in our passions. If that sounds like you, please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to this channel to help me keep growing. I'd also like to take a moment to apologize for the abrupt ending to this video. Unfortunately, I had some technical issues with my final scene and had to wrap things up with a voiceover. Thanks for coming along today, and remember to get out and take some photos soon. Even if you don't get anything you're happy with, sometimes it's just nice to be out in nature.